खिलाफत फसल गुल भी है, बहारे जावेदानी है.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Beloved Huzur.
Yes, please be seated.
Last week, members of Nasirat were able to meet Hazur and seek his guidance on a range of topics, including one question about whether there was any conflict between religion and modern-day civilization.
Actually, those people who say that religion keeping you away from civilization, they are wrong and we are right. It is the religion which has brought the civilization in the world. Even these people, they accept that had there not been any prophet, there would not have been any civilization in the world. At one side, they claim that religion brought the civilization, and on the other side say that no, you should not practice religion because it is taking you away from the modern day civilization. Modern day civilization is just nothing but immorality and freedom of everything which is not giving you something good but rather spoiling your life. So do not fear these people. You are the civilized people who follow the religion and who follow the teachings of the Holy Quran. Even as being Muslim, you should follow the teaching of the Holy Quran and find out what are the commandments given to you in the Holy Quran which you have to do. Right? So, you are actually the civilized people, not those people who are atheist or not believing in any religion. There is no need to indulge yourself in any complex. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
My question is that can Hazur tell us any incident of acceptance of prayer while Hazur was in Africa?
There was quite a lot of incidents. Once we were not having milk for our children, small children, and then we prayed and Allah Ta'ala accepted those prayers. And after some time, a person brought the carton of ideal milk. There used to be ideal milk at that time. I don't know you still have that one or not. So, even after 1 or 2 hours, our prayer was accepted, my and my wife's prayers, and we were happy that somebody brought the milk for not only for that day, but for one full month. This is how we can see God listen to your prayers.
My question is, can a lady or a girl join the army to become a soldier?
At present, there is no need. When there was a time when it was needed, the Muslim ladies joined and helped their men in the battlefields. But nowadays, you have enough men who can fight in the battlefield. Even the environment is not good for the girls in the army nowadays. So I don't permit it for Ahmadi girls to join the army or become a soldier. Okay? So if you complete your education in medical sciences or become doctor, then you can join Army Medical Corps. That is permissible, but not as a soldier to fight in the battlefield. Right?
How are you coping with the pressure of leading all Ahmadis worldwide?
Which type of pressure? They write to me for prayers and then I pray for them. I seek Allah's help to remove their problems, to solve their problems, to help them. And whenever I see any pressure, I just pray to Allah Ta'ala, bow before Him, and then Allah Ta'ala gives me comfort to my heart, and then the pressure is released. Okay? Whenever you are under pressure, you should also pray to Allah Ta'ala in your prayers very fervently. Okay?
Jazakumullah.
Your Holiness, in a situation where parents are always fighting, how can children assist?
you should pray for them first, that Allah Ta'ala give them sense. They should not fight with each other, because it is leaving a bad effect on the minds of the children as well. Right? If children are also being affected. And secondly, you should tell your mother or father with whom you have good relation that you should not fight like this. It is against the teaching of Islam. Right? Allah Ta'ala and the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So, the only thing is, if you don't have the power, you can just pray for them. And even you have the power to stop them, even then you should pray for them. And secondly, politely and with due respect, you try to advise them that it is leaving a bad effect on our minds, so you should not fight in front of us. Even there are some small petty things, they should try to ignore each other's shortcomings. Right?
At the end of the meeting, Hazur Anwar, may Allah be his helper, advised all the Nasirat regarding their education.
So, my advice to you all is that you should try to excel in your studies. And all of you should try to learn as much as you can and complete your studies. If you are interested in medicine, do medicine, engineering, law, teaching, or if you want to go into research, you can go into research. You should try to excel in your education and try to gain as much education as you can. Okay then. That's all. Allah Hafiz Nasir. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum.
The following day, members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Women's Student Association in Nigeria had the opportunity to meet Hazrat Khalifatul Masih V, may Allah be his helper. Once again, those present had the chance to ask questions.
My question is, how can one deviate from sins that one is addicted to?
First thing is that you pray to Allah Ta'ala in your 5 daily prayers, that Allah Ta'ala save you from all the satanic attacks on certain things, right? You see, we are surrounded by so many bad things in the present day world. Even today, internet, television, and other social media is actually attracting us in a way which is not the right way. Quite a number of programs shown on the television or they're available on internet and social media are actually trying to deviate us from the right path, from the true teachings of Islam. And because of the lust and charm, we are attracted towards these things. So the first thing is that seek Allah's help. Only Allah can save us from Satan. This is why we say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Allah Ta'ala save us from the Satan, the accursed. Then, in the 5 daily prayer, you fervently pray for yourself that Allah save you, for your siblings, for your family members, for the Jamaat members. And this is how you can broaden your prayers so that you can not only be saving yourself, but your atmosphere as well, your environment as well. Right? Then say istighfar. Make it compulsory that you daily do istighfar as much as you can. Right? And also try to avoid seeing the bad programs shown on the television or available on internet or social media. So this is how you can save yourself. And then at the same time, try to increase your religious knowledge by reading the Quran and see what are the commandments given in the Holy Quran. Write them down, that what you have to do and what you have to avoid, and refrain yourself from those bad things. Right?
Yes, Huzur.
And also at the same time, in the present day, Allah Ta'ala has sent the Prophet Messiah Islam to revive the religion of Islam, to tell us the true teachings of the Quran and the practices of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the Hadith, right? Quran and Hadith. So for this, he has explained so many things in detail in his books. So whichever book is available in English, which has been translated in English, you try to read at least part of those books every day, so that in this way you can increase your religious knowledge as well. So we have to work hard to save ourselves from the bad things and the sins of today. Otherwise, the attack of the Satan is to such an extent that with our own effort, we cannot save ourselves. We have to seek Allah's guidance, Allah's help in this regard. Okay?
Yes, Jazakallah.
With the increase in divorce rate in our society, what is the holiness advice for married couples?
You have to increase your tolerance threshold. Boys and girls both. You see, we cannot say the divorce rate is increasing only because of the fault of one person, boy or the girl. Both have some shortcomings in them. The best way to live a good married life is that increase your tolerance level, right? And ignore all the shortcomings you see in your spouse. Man should ignore, woman should also ignore. And try to find out the good things. We cannot say that a person has only bad qualities. You have good qualities and bad qualities, both. Men also have good qualities. Women also have good qualities. Men also have shortcomings. Women also have some shortcomings. So, if you realize this fact and understand it, that we have to ignore the shortcomings of each other, then the divorce rate will reduce and you will live a very happy married life. Now, your responsibility is to bring up your children in a peaceful manner. So you give your children the atmosphere which is good for them, which can be helpful for their growth. And that can only be given if husband and wife are living amicably and living a happy life. Right?
My question is on time management. To me, Your Holiness is the busiest person I know, yet you still manage your time so wisely. Please, can you tell us how well you are able to manage your time? And can you also advise us how we can manage our time as students as well? Jazakallah khairan.
You are a student. Try to get up early morning. If it is very essential and you are bound to sleep late in the night, otherwise you should try to go to the bed as early as possible. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy and wise. Right? Right?
Yes, sir.
You know that. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then you also seek Allah's help, that Allah Ta'ala help you in regulating your life, in organizing yourself. Right? After prayers, then you should take 6 hours sleep. As a student, you should take at least 6 hours sleep. And after that, you keep yourself busy in your studies and other activities. What you have done during the day, you don't know. So, right from the beginning of your day, when you start your day, you write down what you have done. Now, if you wake up at 6 o'clock, I don't know whether 6 o'clock is the prayer time anyway, for Fajr time, then write down, I woke up at this time, then offered my prayer, and did some tilawat, read some verses of the Holy Quran or part of the Holy Quran, and then did this work, took my breakfast, got myself ready for university. I went to the university. It took 1 hour to reach to the university. If you are living in a hostel, then this is a different thing, right? Then I studied in the university from this time to this time, came back home and revised my lessons, offered my prayer, did this thing, every thing which you have done during the day, you must write down. So in this way you would know that this is my daily plan. I spent so many hours in doing good work or productive work, and this time I just wasted my time in seeing films or on social media or in this and that. So in this way you would know that what are the good things you have done, what are the things which were not necessary for your daily routine you have done, and how can you manage it. So for 1 week you must write down your program, plan from morning to evening. You would find out that what are the things, productive things, and what are the non-productive things. So this way you would know, and you will try to manage your time accordingly later on.
Another Lajna member asked, what qualities should a leader possess in order to lead others?
You see, if it is, you mean a political leader or the leader of your country, then they should be honest, right? They should feel the pain of the people, of the public, right? And instead of just filling their own chest from the public money and increasing their bank balances here in the country and abroad, then they are not good leaders. Say, if you are a true leader, a good leader, you have to be very much honest and be caring of your people, right? These are the best qualities. And do justice as well. So a good leader should be honest and should be showing absolute justice in every respect, hardworking, sincere to the country and the public and the nation. So these are the qualities. If your leader has those qualities, then he's a good leader. If not, I hope that Ahmadis should emerge as good leaders in future, so that you can run your country in the best way, right? Even if it is a spiritual leader, the spiritual leader should also have the same qualities. If it is the leader within the Jamaat, your Amir, your president, they should also have the same qualities, right? Okay. Now, time is over, and Allah Hafiz. Those who could not ask their question, they can ask next time, inshallah, whenever you get chance. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah khairan. Jazakallah khairan.